Welcome over to ChessWhiz TV episode 365. Today is June 13th, 2017, and we have a problem today. ChessWhiz could not find his shirt, so I had two options. One, stream in the nude. Two, wear this weird purple thing. I went with the weird purple. Hopefully you can live with that. Today we're going to be playing up, which actually turns out there's two definitions. It is a British slang. Playing up means like acting up, like behaving incorrectly, breaking, whatever that means. But also playing up means playing in a league above your own. So I'm going to try to find some opponents here in chess who are better than I am. That could be pretty difficult, because I'm one of the best players in the universe. But maybe we'll find somebody. So let's go to this website, lichess.org, lichess.org, create a game, and here's what we're going to do. Get out of atomic chess. We're going to make the rating range go up above 2100. Now, I'm not quite 2100. What's my rating right now? Like 2040, 2050? When I focus, I'm over 2100. But guys, I don't focus on the show. I focus on one thing, and that's nothing. Let's take a look at my profile, though, because there's one way to improve. There's really only one way to improve in something, and that is to fail at it. You would think that succeeding would be good, right? Like, I'm going to succeed, so I'm going to learn from that. It's not true. The way to learn is to fail. And in chess, failing means losing your chess game. So if you take a look at my profile here, you can see why my rating lines go side to side. It's better if they're like this. Take off, like improving at chess. Chess is not improving at chess. This is years and years. Look at this all-time chart. Look at this all-time chart. My ratings are going nowhere. Why is that? Because I'm not losing. If you look at my games played, 15,000 games, 9,500 wins, only 5,000 losses. Now, do you know anyone who has lost so few, just 5,557 chess games? That's not very many chess games to lose, which is why no one is taking my challenge. They don't want to play with someone so weird. But also, I haven't lost enough compared to my wins, and that's why I'm not improving. So today, we're going to play seriously against strong opponents, and that way we'll lose the way we ought to. So let's get back to this thing, and you can see that my challenge and somebody else is flickering over here. I'm gonna wait for someone to flicker right here, and then I'm gonna click them. Come on. Oh, there's one. Kolvar. Oh, he's only. Oh, this one. Tissam. Did I get one? No. Okay, someone's challenging me. It's Salary King. He's not got a rating, so that's no good. Gotta find somebody rated higher than I am. Oh, okay, I'm 2021. So 2047. I don't think that's really playing up. I think that's someone playing similar to your skill. And that's why my flame has been sitting here for so long. There's my opponent track. Good game, which means it's over already. GG can mean good luck in some cultures. In fact, in the South Korean culture, which is where many online games are played, that's probably the closest thing here. People do say GG at the beginning of the game. GGGLHF. Bishop b5. This is not the typical way that players play the Sicilian. Most players play what's called the open Sicilian, which is knight f3 and d4, because they get that open file and something they're comfortable with. I play this weird thing. Look what I'm doing. It's pretty weird, but it actually is a relatively standard line if you squint. So I think we're okay here. I'm going to play d3. I'm going to play f4. I'm going to castle. I'm going to try not to lose my bishop. My bishop can't get trapped, so that's good. d3. I would be embarrassed if he played d3. It would just be pretty embarrassing. Let's castle. Everything looks reasonable. I need some sound from my computer here. See if this is working. Yeah, there we go. There's some sound. So in this game, the pawns, okay, take. Is that okay for me? I better get off of this diagonal. The pawns are pointing this direction, and there's a rule of thumb in chess, which is use your thumb in chess. I'm just kidding. The rule is if your pawn chain is pointing in a certain direction, you should focus in that area of the board because you have more space there. I don't have very much space on c2. I have like 1 square's worth. But up here, my pawns are pretty well advanced. So I could definitely, start to gain some kind of advantage here. His pawn chain was pointing this way-ish. So he would want to play more center and more queenside, I think. Yeah, I'm under attack. What do I do? Knight g3 would defend, but that's kind of passive. Any other ways to defend? Queen up? That might annoy me if he moves his knight around like that. I could push the pawn. That would be pretty bad because I'm busy covering d5. Two pawns side by side are so strong. So, like a sewing machine. I think I'll play queen up. Oh, I can't decide. I'll use all my time on this one move. I'll move the knight. Oh, it was a tough choice between queen d3 and knight g3, both of moves defending the e4 pawn. The reason I couldn't decide was they were both kind of bad. The knight over here is off on the side of the board, mostly defensive, can't move to this area, and this maybe not very appealing. The queen move similarly lackluster, which is why I didn't want to play either one. What I really want to do, of course, is get this rook in the game and start owning it up with it. So maybe queen g4 here, maybe f5 to take over the space in this area of the board. Let's play queen g4. This is actually a funny pin here against his queen, so he cannot play e5, which maybe he'll someday regret. Mike Pancake 6 making a comment in the chat. Wow, this is a strange move. Take. I'm gonna go with the take because it's a double attack on e4, and now I'll go here. Oh, this is pretty weird. This is the knight on g3 is weird. I think I need to do something about that because it's trapped in these areas. Let's just leave that for now. Soon I might be tempted to take that knight, but the bishop would be a monster afterward. The bishop is already really good, but if I lose my light squared bishop, I have no way to challenge it. I could trade my queen for it. That'd be like the one thing I could do to show who's boss. What can I do with this g3 knight? Oh, this is getting painful. One thing you should do with knights is put them in front of pawns that can't advance and that can't be chased away like this. If this structure, this is a good structure, you know, knight blocking a pawn. The downside is, oh, let's defend the checkmate. The downside is it's way off in my area of the board. Be much better if it were like up here or something, but way down here, what am I even doing? Now I can play this and get rid of his super bishop. And then knight will go here next. Oh, I just want to make sure he can never push. As long as he can't push, this pawn could be a weakness. Okay, he's maneuvering around. I'll do some of that. I've got this knight move. Maybe I could play c3. What can I do? I want to put pressure on this pawn. Let's play knight c3. I want to put pressure on this pawn because it's difficult for him to move it out of the way. Hey, this is cool. Now he's got two awesome pawns. And now we have opposite colored bishops. I probably should have anticipated that. Let's take this so that this pawn is not under attack. Opposite colored bishops generally favor the attacker. Which in this case, no, my clock. Oh, I still have time. How did I survive that? I still have big trouble, but I have less trouble since I've... Man, I have no time on my clock. I'm trying not to get checkmated here. Check and like this, it could be pretty painful. Let's try this now because I can move up. Oh man, I had literally 0 on my clock. I don't know how I survived that. Now with the queens off the board, I might be okay. Let's get the king underneath this pawn. This is pretty good. He's forced into some kind of trade here. Oh, it's discovered check. No, never mind. This is not good. No. Oh, I struggled so hard in this game and only to lose it. Checkmate, double queen. Ouch. Okay, so I focus. Then I kind of lost focus. That was not so good. Let's take a look at the analysis board real quick. I don't know if this makes the stream jumpy, but I hope it doesn't because I want to see what the computer thinks about this. So when I was out of time, the position is equal. It actually says minus 0.1, which is equal. G4, mistake. Now I'm down by 2 pawns. So what I needed to play here was, it says C3 or maybe G3 was much better. That's good to know. Yes. Oh, man. I'm sure there's more to learn from that game. And I'd be interested in learning, but I'm not interested enough. We just lost track. Let's play another game against a strong opponent. That was definitely interesting. The d3 pawn I considered to be a weakness if I could get attackers on it. Oh, that was I definitely want to go back and analyze that game some more. Maybe I should right now, but unfortunately, it makes the stream choppy when I do that. Let me see if I can do that anyway and just turn off the local analysis on that. While we're waiting for a new strong opponent, we'll jump in here to that game and analysis board and turn off the local analysis. So hopefully the stream won't go like because I know that does happen. Taylor wants me to fix my bitrate. There's nothing I can do about that. Let's get a computer analysis here and see what the answer key is to the game. Meanwhile, we're searching for a new game over here. So talking about that game a little bit, because obviously we're interested in improving, f5 really surprised me, and I thought it was going to be a weakness, but actually it turned out just to open up his diagonal and be strong for him. So that makes me think queen g4 wasn't very good, because f5 just makes the queen move again and plays into his plans. So maybe queen h5 would have been better instead of queen g4. And at this point, I actually think I like his position better. I mean, these bishops are really slicing in here. He's got open files. His weakness, an isolated pawn, is a strength because it's in the center and giving him a lot of space. Yeah, I think he's doing great here. Rook d8 is considered a mistake. He should have pinned this. Oh, yeah. See how these two bishops are very strong? Two bishops is actually a strength, where one bishop is not so much. Because the bishop's weakness, not being able to color the white squares, because this thing only moves on black squares, as you can see. It's like, I'm black all my entire life. It's just true in life also. Though this covers its only weakness, because now it covers all the white squares. So the two bishops together working very well. And so to allow this trade, actually, I felt relief for a good reason. That was actually a relief for me to capture that. And black winning pretty well here, winning by 2 pawns. So let's see where that first started. That first started. Oh, I'm waiting for my opponent. No, I lost my opponent. We'll just click new opponents. This life is so easy. I lost my advantage right here with this capture. It says my best move is just to move back. That's really interesting. The reason is this would become a weak pawn. If he takes here, this is now a target. So I shouldn't have allowed that pawn to just capture over. That was my big mistake and started to get a disadvantage at that point. Interesting, interesting. I've got two challengers here. One is Long John Hardwood. It's a from position game, so let's see what it looks like. Looks like chess. Do I trust you? I'm not going to take this other game from Salary King because he's unrated. This is really weird. But he is higher rated, so we're going to go with it. Chess is kind of a weird guy. He's willing to do weird stuff. And in this game, the knights and bishops are starting in swapped locations, which is weird, in case you're wondering. I like putting knights behind pawns because they both attack like this. Really cool shape. Let's play this way now. I wonder if castling is allowed. He can actually, when you create this position, there's a little checkbox that says allow white to castle queenside, allow white to castle kingside, and then there's also allow black. So he could have allowed himself to castle and turned off my castling, which would be kind of a disappointment, I have to admit. So what are we looking at here? If I push, I lose it. If I leave it, I could play c6 and hold it together pretty nicely. If I take, knight takes. Now his knight is on the side of the board. Mine is epic, so I don't want to bring his knight in like that. Take, 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 take. I don't get anything for that. So let's leave it in the board the way it is. It's actually something that players should consider a lot more. When there's a potential capture, I actually made a whiz tip about this, whiz tip number 2, which you can search the YouTube channel and find it. Just type whiz tip number 2 or just 2 and find that tip, which is leave things on the board, don't just instantly trade. I like this battery. Oh, I have to defend this way, though. Oh, no, my knight was covering that. Ah, Long John, you fooled me. I'm a fool now. Let's see. What are you doing? So crazy. What if I play pawn here? Take, 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 take. Oh, what? That'd be kind of cool. Pawn, knight, knight, pawn. That'd be an even trade. I'm out of time, so I'll do it. He's got 2 attackers here. Now he has 0. 1 attacker. He doesn't have any attackers. He only has defenders. He has to take my knight. I think I like this position. Suddenly I have super center here. Yeah. Plus, I've got open file against his king. This could be good. So I am going to play that direction. I'm actually not going to castle to the king side, which is very risky, but he does not have a lot of defense over here. He's got his bishop barely reaching that side of the board. His queen just left the vicinity. His knight is like 3 moves away from doing anything over here. His king is alone in the dark. Ooh! How do I checkmate this guy? I'll go this way. Probably should have allowed the pawn to advance instead of blocking it, but don't forget the bishop coming in too. If I sacrifice my queen first, I could get discovered check. I love discovered check. This could be great. Apologies to Taylor969 about the bit rate. My bit rate is 1. We joke about that every episode. It's funny every time. Should I push or take? I'm out of time, so I'll push. Threatening something ugly over there. Oh, he doesn't stop me. Okay, Long John, you gonna hurt now. Let's see. Queen captures or rook captures? Let's bring the rook in. I'm sure I've got a checkmate here. I'm sure I've got a checkmate. Check. And does this look like checkmate to me? It does look like checkmate, Long John Hardwood. There's a discovery. I love it. It's like a dual meaning because not only does the piece discover it can attack there, but you discover that the piece discovers that it can attack over there, and Long John goes down. Unfortunately, that was an unrated game because you can't play rated chess with knights and bishops swapped in positions. But actually, thinking about that game, I got a great center and was able to just sit there with it. And the attack was just a bonus, but the center was excellent. And I actually felt I had an advantage the entire game. We're going to look for one more strong opponent, at least one more. So I put my challenge out there. It's relatively hard to find opponents who are willing to play weaker opponents, for the same reason that we are trying to find stronger opponents right now, because they don't improve as much when they play against dummies like myself. But if you look at my profile, you can see what a civic-minded citizen I am, because I am playing tons of lower rated opponents. In fact, I think I can actually click on Blitz here and just see exactly how lower rated my opponents are. My opponent's average opponent rating, is that on here? Average opponent rating? Average opponent, 1784. See how low that is? That's because I'm such a nice guy. Yeah, that's why. Because I'm 2000, I'm playing 1700s. All right, let's play French Defense against Ninzo Maniac, GLHF. I'll play my bad opening, which is this way. Black gets very little space with this line, very passive. But white doesn't get as much. I mean, white, it's like I'm okay with being bankrupt as long as you only have $5 in your account. That's what it's like. So, because I can trade a lot of things here. Look at that. He has almost nothing left on the board. I already traded knights. Look at all these trades. Poor Nimzomaniac. So much trading. Is he going to go queenside? I don't think he wants queenside. So if I play c5 here. Oh, I have a free pawn. Free pawn. He castles queenside. Rook is coming down to my king. Then I'm like, no. Because c3 would attack my pin bishop and I'm dead. So I'm like, And then I go e5, right? I go e5, so here and here, and then he plays c3 and I'm dead. And then after I'm dead, what do? I've got check. Not the best move. Is he really gonna castle queenside? That would be crazy. That would really be crazy. I'm gonna spend my move waiting to see if he does, because he really could castle either way. You could castle over here like a sane person, or you could castle over here like an insane person. Most people castle kingside. If you look at the stats, it's like 90% of people castle kingside, 9% of people castle queenside, and 1% of people are totally insane and they don't castle at all. As a general rule, if you're a beginner, just always castle kingside as quickly as possible. That's the best rule of thumb. It's better than the use your thumbs rule of thumb. I think that was stupid of him. Why did he go here and then go here? Why did he do that? Now he's being crazy. Okay, so we're on opposite sides of the board. This means attack, attack, attack. That's what it means. Hold on, hold on. Attack, attack. Okay, now how do we attack? Like this, right? I could play queen b4. I don't know if that would be like a startlingly good opening, so I'll just open this way. Call it an opening. Oh, this is such a boring position. Pretty much falling asleep. Here I come, man. Coming for you. Oh. Oh. Let's just let my bishop get trapped. That'll be great. Trap my bishop. I want you to. Do it, Nimzo. Do it. Because then check and check. Checkmate. Ish, ish. Oh, no, he's getting away. Help. Oh, that could happen. But it's risky. He's thinking now, is it worth it? He's going to play b3, so I need to be ready with my next move, which is going to be better than an eyebrow scratch. There it is. Now I'll play queen b4, because this looks so fun. Is he going to offer a queen trade? That'd be really embarrassing for him. Like, look, I castled queens on because I'm a crazy man, and now I'm trading queens because I'm a boring crazy man. That would be a moral victory for me if he had to trade queens. He's going for the spice, and then he doesn't eat anything. Poor guy. Okay, he's leaving queens on the board. He wants to be spicy. I'm going to ignore all this. Try to open this up as quickly as possible. I've got c4 in the bag here, in the pocket. I've got c4 in the carrying case. There it is. Oh, this is a strange move. Moving away from his attack. I could push here, but that would be pretty silly. So let's take this. And now the c file is open, so let's put rooks on it. I think this is good for me. This is like broccoli. That move. The bishop can come here, which I love. I love that. In the worst case, it trades with this bishop, right? If he's like, okay, I've got to block that. Then my bad bishop, which is blocked by these pawns, becomes my best nothingness. Okay, 7 seconds. I will trade. I'll trade there. Guess I'll go here. So this is just turning, because of all the trades, this is just turning into a chess game where he has this isolated pawn and he doesn't want it. As you can see, he wants to make a trade, but I won't allow it. He wants to pull this pawn in. That's not about trading queens at this point. This is about fixing this weakness because the pawn is only a pawn right now. It's like, help, I'm just a pawn, this is lame. 95 is a good move. And he needs a friend to be next to him. That's what that's all about. I guess I can't make an illegal move. That's so disappointing. I want to advance, though. Whoa, what's this all about? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Why? Whoa. Okay. I think I should have played g4, but I guess I'll just play that next. Now I'm attacking the knight. I think he's self-destructing right here. Nimzo, I'm going to defeat you. Your feet will be removed. I'll trade. He gave me 2 pawns here, so now I just have to win. A typical requirement of a chess game. Just keep offering trades. This queen position looks reasonable. Yeah, I'm covering all the squares, so I think I would have to blunder to lose this. I'm going to have rook f7 if he checks me on that line. That rank, I should say. The correct word is rank. So yeah, lots of progress on my part here with these 2 guys. I mean, these 2 pawns. My lingo is inferior. Yeah, I don't know about you. F5 next? I don't know. F5 next. He plays the check, a block with rook. Oh, this is tough for my eyebrow. It's like being pulled out right now. I'm gonna win. I love winning. I hope I win. This move is check. I love checking too. Okay. I'll check there. That covers this push. Everything is so well defended by my pieces. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm winning. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now I capture this way. Everything is covered. Am I in danger of losing? I hate losing. Let's just go here. That looks like it covers everything. That was pretty scary because he could check and then check on G1, skewering me. And if the king comes up like this, then that blocks that off. What's he doing now? Losing. Oh, Nimzomaniac. I'm about to make a new queen. I love new queens. Let's do it. There's a check. Oh no, I lost my rook, but I have a new queen. Oh no, I lost my queen, but I have a new queen. I think I'm still fine. I don't know, that was a cool tactic and I still win. Nothing like promoting your queen. That really moves you up by a lot. Turning a pawn into a queen turns out it's like 8 points advantage. That's really major. Delicious queen. Winking Face, as we learned last episode, that's a very powerful move. And Nimzomaniac resigns. Wow. You know, I really think he self-destructed here. I think that with queen and rook and knight on the board, he thought that opening this up would be enough to create an attack. But bad luck for him. We traded so much earlier in the game that I just don't think he had enough pieces to make a checkmate. Let's go quickly to the analysis board and ask the opponent if he could play a winning attack or if those were huge blunders. Meanwhile, I think we have time for one more game. I hope we do. Let's see. This is not a higher rated opponent, so I'm going to decline that. I'm going to search for one more higher rated opponent, and then we're going to call it a show. That was great. He just gave me his things. Apparently, even good players do that. Close my profile there. What else can we learn from this stats page? By the way, this is pretty cool. If you click up in the corner and then click your own profile, you can see your own profile. And then you can click over here on the left. I don't know if you knew about this, but like if you care about Blitz Chess, you click on Blitz Chess and it tells you tons and tons of stuff about Blitz Chess. Your rating, how awesome you are, that's pretty awesome right there. What happens to your rating? Oh, look, it goes up. All your games, highest wins. Let's see, who's the best person I've ever beaten? It's right here. 2,200. What? That's the best player I've ever beaten? That's kind of bad. I mean, let's take, for example, Atomic Chess. Look at the best player I've ever beaten in Atomic. 2,600. Huh. Yeah. I guess Atomic Chess. I'm better at Atomic. I want to play a rated game, Kyriakos. Challenge me to rate it and I'll play you. In fact, I'm going to accept this challenge only to decline it. Watch this. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to. Good luck. I'm playing a 2,300. E4. All right. This is going to be a great final game. Another Sicilian. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so we've asked the computer about the blunders, and sure enough, his big blunder was G6, just like I thought. But actually, he was really winning right here. And then when he moved his rook back, oh, I could have just come in and checkmated him. I wish I had seen that. Okay. Final game against Chernivo23. He says that. Totally agree, Chernivo. I had this weird experience the other day. I have a YouTube channel, right? So a lot of weird people send me messages because there's just a lot of people on the planet and many of them are weird, such as myself. And so this guy sends me a message. It's a comment on the YouTube channel, and it's just a bunch of weird characters like this. To me, this is not even a language. It's like a code. When I was a kid, I did lots of codes where it's like you write numbers. Okay, I still do that. And then they have a meaning if you know the meaning, otherwise they're just weird. And that's what it looked like to me. But now that we have the internet, all I had to do was copy it and put it in Google and find out what it meant. Pretty cool, right? So since I have nothing better to do with my time than copy weird characters that people send me and look them up, that's what I did. And you want to know what it said? It was kind of embarrassing. Okay, so I have a checkmate right here. This is my move. It said, the translation was, I'm not kidding about this. This guy comments, right? I look it up. What does it say? It says, Pretty boy. I regretted ever translating that afterward. I'm interested in bishop takes h6 here. Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, do not expect. I thought the bishop would take. Oh, and he's blocked my pawn. This looks really familiar. I learned from the last game, though, I should not take that. So educational. These three pawns are kind of, you know what I mean? Look at this. Like, look at what I'm doing. Rook z1, very weak. Just defending with a rook. How do I bring in the pain right here? This way, maybe. So what am I supposed to do? Someone just sent me pretty boy. Clearly they're flattering me. So took the honest approach. Take. Play this as a preparatory move because I'm out of time. Take. At some point his knight takes it, then my pawns are ruined. So I don't like that very much. So I think I'll actually close it out, which is disappointing, but the alternative is worse. Because if his knight ends up here, oh no, never mind, I can't do any of that stuff. Oh, I'm so surprised. I have 1 second on my clock. So I have to play pretty fast. There, now I have 10 seconds. Fantastic. 12 seconds. Okay, so let's think about this. There it is, queen attacking queen. I noticed. Perfect. Should I trade? I think I can get a pretty good position here because his bishop is now blocked in by all these bad pawns, and my bishop is not. What should I do with my knight? This way? Probably a mistake. I don't want to take that nasty thing. Let's open up a file over here. Is he going to lever me on this position here? Let's just keep advancing this. Okay, I'm going for weirdness. Whoa. Whoa. How will he defend this pawn? Oh, the position's changing so quickly I can't even comment on it. Two attackers. Let's go here. I've got a pawn majority in this area. This is not going well. I'm squeezed. For some reason I have less space. Let's play f6. Wahaha. I can't do it. No, I needed that pawn. There, how will he defend? I should have been attacking this. I'm playing a little bit rushed and missing some things. Like, for example, I totally missed the a3 pawn. That would have helped if I had still had that pawn. He advances. Well, this is a no-brainer. Now I can close it up this way. Oh, I should have protected that maybe. I couldn't though, so guess I don't need to worry about that. I think, even though there's no commentary in this game, that I'm holding it together pretty well. My rook, well, I'll take this way. I have 4 pawns against his 4, but I'm going to have a passed pawn here. And now I take with pawn. It's actually a very difficult shape for him over here. Oh, never mind. Now it's difficult for me. Push, lose my knight. Push, he comes out. Okay, that's not going to work. This is my ace in the hole right here. Promote this thing. Good place for his knight, of course. Man, this is a tough ending. Usually I lose these. That's my move. Maybe I should have played that sooner. I'm barely hanging on here in terms of clock. He has 2 minutes. He's really playing me fast. But look at that. 2,300 is his rating. So now I push. He plays his rook here. I have a check losing a pawn. Let's do that. Watch out for this check, though. Watch out for it, guys. Or maybe king up is best. Oh, yes, king up. I should have played king up last move, I think. Oh. This is such a difficult ending. For me. Did I draw? I think this looks like a draw. He offers a draw. Can I win? I have a pawn and a rook. He has a rook and a king. I'll take a draw. Even if I win this pawn for free, I still can't win the game because this rook pawn is way over here, and his king is near the queening square, so that's it. Good game. That was stressful. ChessWhiz got a draw against a 23-63. I guess I'm pretty happy about that, but I would really like to take these last few minutes of the show, which actually don't exist, and learn from this game, because I feel like that ending was just so fast. We were so low on time that I couldn't do any commentary. I couldn't even think about what was going on. It was like, oh, there's a good move. I go that way. Like, oh, there's a good move. And I go that way. Oh, I think I could do that. And then I do. And it worked out okay. But I feel like if I just like seen my good moves a little bit earlier, I could have worked them together into a plan that would have worked well. And you can see over here just behind my head the word mistake showing up over and over and over. So that's not very good. Like in this position right here, I had an instant win. The move I played was king up. But the right move was knight check. And the reason is, after he takes here, I could push. Is that the reason? No. It's because I could take this knight, this guy for free. Oh, I could win his knight. Oh, no, I missed that. Missed that. So in this position, check. And he's only defending that with his king. That would have been good. You can't see the important part of this graph, so I'm actually going to move this so that you can. See this right here? It's like draw, 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 draw. He starts to have an advantage, then bam! This is where I had this move that was forcing his king away from the knight so I could win it. So white has advantage that trickles away here. This is really interesting to me. I know you can't see the whole thing all at once, but I'm winning here, I'm winning here, winning here. Oh, I'm slightly worse there. Still winning, still doing good. Don't bring the king in case that's one thing to learn. And I should have just brought the king in here. So I actually thought in this position that I was going to win this pawn with 2 attackers, but I didn't really think about how many defenders he had. He can easily bring 2 into it, and I don't win the pawn. So that's why this bishop maneuver, and right after I played it, you might have remembered me saying, well, this isn't very good for me. I don't have very much space here. It's because I clogged up my own area with this bishop, and I should have just left it there. So the right move was king in, and then never mind, because bishop e3 is recommended next anyway. But using the king was important. I could have won that pawn with the king, and that's how I could have won. So, and look, here's one more big blunder that I made. We're out of time, but let's see what happens. In this position, I played a3, which I was thinking stop him here, even though that's hanging, so whatever. But my best move would have been f5. Oh, cool. Cool. Discovered attack on h6. That's exactly the kind of thing I wanted to do. What can he even do? What can he do? He can do this. He can move back. Oh, man. Look at that fork I'm threatening. Oh, I missed some good tactics there. I only got a draw. But a draw against 2,300, not too bad. So that was cool. Next episode, cool things are happening. Let's go to the website, ChessWhiz.tv. You guys can always go here to find out what's coming up next. We played a variant about a week ago called Gravity Well, and the rules were like the pieces bounced out and back in. That's not a Gravity Well, man. So there was a commenter who said, Gravity Well should work like there's gravity. So next episode, we're going to play a new variant called Actual Gravity Well, which is the properly translated meaning of gravity, and that's going to be pretty cool. So hang around, stick around for that. It's going to be coming out on the YouTube channel shortly, or live show, twitch.tv/ChessWhiz, Tuesdays and Saturdays at 3 p.m. GMT. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.